A car that powers itself forever? No fuel, no charging, no emissions, just endless energy? That's the bold claim behind Maxwell Chikumbutso's so-called self-powered car, a story that has captured global attention and triggered a wave of curiosity, skepticism, and heated debate. With over 10,000 people analyzing what's being called the proof, this invention has become one of the most talked about viral mysteries online. But what do the clips actually show? What's missing? And could any of this be scientifically possible? Today, we're breaking down every angle to uncover what might really be happening. Before diving into the car itself, we need to understand the man behind the invention. Maxwell Chikumbutso, a Zimbabwean inventor, has long claimed to develop technologies that operate beyond conventional scientific explanations. His earlier projects included a generator said to run without fuel and a backpack that allegedly converted radio frequencies into usable electricity. These inventions earned him media attention, but also raised eyebrows among scientists familiar with the laws of physics. Supporters argue that Chikumbutso is a misunderstood genius, a visionary operating beyond traditional scientific frameworks. Critics, however, believe his demonstrations lack transparency, peer review, and empirical proof. While he has presented prototypes, he rarely reveals key technical details, making it difficult for independent experts to verify his claims. Despite this, his projects continue to gather massive online interest, especially from viewers fascinated by alternative or disruptive energy ideas. That combination of mystery, hope, and controversy sets the stage for the claim that launched this latest debate: a car that can power itself indefinitely. The viral videos circulating online typically feature Chikumbutso standing beside a modified vehicle, often with equipment attached that he describes as part of a microsonic energy device or self-charging system. Demonstrations usually show the car idling, lights functioning, or wheels turning without any visible fuel source. Sometimes close-up shots of wires, switches, or small modules are highlighted, prompting viewers to speculate about hidden components or unconventional technology. But the footage is always controlled. No long-distance driving, no stress testing, no independent analysts allowed to inspect the systems directly, and the perspective is often limited to what the presenter wants viewers to see. These controlled demonstrations sparked the wave of analysis from thousands of viewers who paused frames, zoomed into corners, studied wiring, and even debated the shadows in the video. Some believe they spotted signs of concealed batteries. Others claim the setup could be hiding an inverter system. Then there are those who believe the invention might be groundbreaking and intentionally kept secret for protection. With so much speculation and so few technical explanations, the mystery only deepens. When over 10,000 viewers examined the footage, their conclusions split into distinct groups. The first group believes there is a hidden power source, possibly a large battery bank concealed inside panels or under the car. They argued that the wiring looks consistent with portable energy storage systems rather than a revolutionary generator. Some noticed tables resembling those used for inverters or DC systems, suggesting the car might be running off stored electrical power rather than producing its own. Another group thinks the invention is feasible but incomplete. They argue that every revolutionary technology began as something that mainstream science initially rejected. To them, the video is evidence of early-stage innovation, not deception. They lean on hope and the possibility of entirely new energy paradigms. The third group, perhaps the most vocal, believes the car could be real but is deliberately obscured by powerful interests. They cite historical cases of inventors claiming energy breakthroughs who later disappeared from public view or lacked funding. The idea that a self-powered car challenges global industry adds to their narrative. The last group, consisting mainly of engineers and physicists, point out that no known mechanism can produce continuous energy without input. They highlight missing measurements, lack of meters, no long-term testing, and no peer-reviewed explanation. With each perspective adding fuel to the debate, the mystery becomes more psychological than technical. To understand the controversy, we need to examine the science behind self-powered technology. In physics, the idea that a machine can produce more energy than it consumes violates the principle of conservation of energy. This principle, one of the most fundamental laws in science, states that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only convert from one form to another. For a car to run indefinitely, it would require a constant source of new energy, not just an internal loop. Proponents of Chikumbutso's work often claim his invention taps into ambient energy fields, zero-point energy, or undiscovered physical mechanisms. But these concepts have never been demonstrated in a reproducible way. Any breakthrough in these areas would require rigorous testing, independent verification, and transparent documentation, none of which have been provided. That doesn't necessarily mean the invention is fake. It could be misunderstood, misrepresented, or incomplete. The more realistic possibility is that the system uses an efficient energy storage method combined with standard electrical components. Without a full teardown, no one can confirm what's really happening. For scientists, the lack of testing under controlled conditions is a red flag. For curious viewers, it's an invitation to imagine possibilities. And for inventors like Chikumbutso, secrecy may be a protective strategy or a convenient shield. The debate ultimately rests not on what we're shown, but on what we're not allowed to see. Even if the car isn't truly self-powered, there's still room for innovation. Many alternative energy technologies begin with misconceptions or optimistic claims that later transform into practical devices. It's possible that Chikumbutso's prototype includes advanced regenerative systems, high-efficiency batteries, or unconventional charging mechanisms. For example, some hybrid systems can recharge themselves while driving, though never indefinitely. If he developed a more efficient version, it could still represent progress in sustainable transportation. There's also the psychological and social impact. In communities with limited access to energy infrastructure, the idea of a self-powered car is symbolic. It inspires hope for independence and technological empowerment. This emotional appeal drives much of the viral interest. However, innovation must walk hand in hand with transparency to move from myth to reality. Without data, without third-party replication, and without performance metrics, the invention remains in the realm of speculation. The world is full of brilliant ideas that never reach their potential because they weren't developed rigorously. So while the car may not break the laws of physics, it could still push boundaries within what's physically possible. And sometimes that's enough to spark movements, start conversations, and challenge people to dream bigger than the limitations they've always known. Whether Maxwell Chikumbutso's self-powered car is a misunderstood breakthrough, a cleverly presented prototype, or simply an idea still searching for solid proof, one thing is clear: it has captured worldwide curiosity. The debate reveals more about our hopes and beliefs than the technology itself. We all want cleaner, limitless energy, and when a mystery promises exactly that, we can't help but look closer. As the discussion continues, only transparency and real testing will reveal the truth. Until then, the world keeps watching, questioning, and wondering.